only one place to start, and that, of course, is Ronaldo. He exclusively spoke to Piers Morgan on Piers Morgan Uncensored on Talk TV about the state of Manchester United at the moment. Have a listen to this. He said he feels like the club hasn't progressed since he first left it back in 2009.
I don't know what's going on, but since the Sir Alex Ferguson left, I saw not evolution in the club. The progress was zero. For example, you have an interesting point that how the club as Manchester United, after Ole, they bring sport directive Ralph Rangnick, which is something that nobody understands. This guy is not even a coach. A bigger club like Manchester United bring sport directive, surprised not only me but all the world. Nothing changed. Surprisingly, not only the pool, the jacuzzi, even the gym, even some points, the technology, the kitchen, the chefs, which is I appreciate, lovely persons. They stop in a time which is it surprised me a lot. I thought I will see different things, as I mentioned before, technology, infrastructure, but unfortunately we see many things that I'm used to see when I was 20, 21, 23, so surprised me a lot.
They're trying to force you out?
Yes, not only the coach, but the other 2 or 3 guys there around the club.
At the senior executive level?
Yes, that I felt betrayed.
And you think they're trying to get rid of you?
Honestly, I shouldn't say that, I don't know, but listen, I don't care, I'm always, people should listen the truth. Yes, I feel betrayed, and I felt that some people that don't want me here, not only this year, but last year too.
That's all we've got time for on today's show. Thanks for... I didn't think we'd play the whole interview, but either way, it's quite unbelievable, isn't it? And you can watch the full Ronaldo interview on Piers Morgan Uncensored on Talk TV in a 2-part special. That's Wednesday and Thursday this week from 8 p.m. The channel numbers are Sky 526, Freeview 237, Virgin 606, or download the Talk TV app. You and I are both going to have our say on this, right? Mm-hmm. Mine's quite simple, right? I like to start with who on earth you think you are to come out and criticise the people that pay your wages. I find it very strange. I absolutely adore Ronaldo. From when he was first there to when he went back, I was lucky enough to be doing the game for MUTV on his second debut against Newcastle. And it was just, everyone was excited. It was nuts. Even when he was...
I was excited.
In the warm-up, he was scoring in the warm-up, people was cheering like he'd scored the winner. It was great, right? It was great. But if you're not being picked for whatever reason, deal with it. Don't matter if you're 18 or if you're 38. Right? Makes no difference. I just think to undermine the club, to undermine the manager, to have a pop at the chef as well. What's the chef done wrong?
Done nothing,
What's all that about? Yeah. I just think, how will his teammates feel? That he's a clever man, and there's not one decision he will be allowed to make without lots of people working behind the scenes, working out whether or not it's the right decision. This is not something that he phoned up Piers Morgan on a Tuesday and went, can we have a chat in about an hour? They've thought long and hard about whether or not this is the right thing to do. So there's obviously an ulterior motive, which my guess would be to get him out of the club in January.
I think so.
Right? Mm-hmm. But, there's ways of doing things. I just think this is he's shot himself in the foot.
When I think of Ronaldo now and what he's done, I think it's really poor. He's made it all about himself. Manchester United right now are trying to are putting in foundations. Erik Ten Hag's doing a good job. Doing a really good job. Obviously, with what he's got, with the players that he's got, he's working well. He's getting the best out of Rashford, who's playing well. Martial, is hit or miss it in the minute a little bit, but the team's winning games like it did at the weekend. Garnacho, the emergence of him. But then it was almost like Ronaldo sat back and he can't bear the thought of the club progressing without him. Like, he's the centrepiece, and how dare this club, Manchester United Football Club, progress in a manner without me? I'm the big fish. I should be the one to say how this club goes. Well, that doesn't work. No player's bigger than any football club. But he's also said stuff about the training ground, the facilities, and the club hasn't stepped forward. But we know all this. People have been saying this while he was at Real Madrid, while he was at Juventus. So many people associated with Manchester United Football Club have spoke about the Glazers' impact, the state of the stadium that's got holes in it, it's falling down, all this kind of stuff. So all that stuff there is irrelevant because we know all this stuff. But the fact that you've said that you were ill, that's why he was apparently not in the matchday squad. To do this interview then on the Friday, I think it's poor on Erik Ten Hag to criticise the manager that's trying to do a good job for the club. It's a tough enough job already. But to come out and criticise him and say he doesn't respect you is nonsense.
Will Erik Ten Hag ever pick him again?
No. Well, this is my point. Erik Ten Hag is saying that he's saying he doesn't respect him. Well, any manager in any given situation has got a right to pick and choose who he wants to play with and who he doesn't. If he feels Ronaldo's good enough to be in the side, he'll pick him. If he doesn't, he won't. Simple as that. But for Erik Ten Hag now, he's in a kind of a win-win situation, I believe, because if he was to allow Ronaldo back into that dressing room after what he's done with the stomping down the tunnel, he then let him back in, gave him the armband, as it's supposed to be the leader. If he then lets him back in the Manchester United dressing room and with the squad, he'll be the weakest manager in Premier League history. Weakest manager, because you cannot allow your players to run amok like Ronaldo's doing. I get it, he's one of the greatest we've ever seen, but still, we've seen other great players conduct themselves better than Ronaldo has. It's not all about him, it's about the Manchester United Football Club. And you look at the performance against Fulham. Okay, it wasn't spectacular, but they did what they needed to do. And there's a real togetherness with that Manchester United squad. You don't really need this guy coming in and blowing that all up. And if I was the other players, I'd be a bit relieved if he was no longer part of that squad, because I think he's more now become more of a hindrance than an actual icon, which is what he was supposed to be.
Right, there you go. Quite scathing from Darren Bent, and I agree with everything he said as well.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.